Hello fantasy managers and welcome back to another video from myself, Will, and fantasyfootballhub.co.uk. As always, we're going to be taking a brief look at how my team got on last week before moving on to my team, my transfers and my captaincy ahead of the upcoming game week. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to keep this video pretty short, recording this on a Tuesday morning. Don't have a huge amount of time to prepare all the usual stats and stuff, so I'm just going to go through at a very, very high level. First of all, I've got to say I was very, very lucky last game week. I captained, as you can see, I captained Cancelo. I thought that he was going to be a great shout. Vice captain, fortunately, on Mo Salah, so coming in with a 15-point haul, doubled to 30. So very, very happy with that. I also benched Bamford and I also benched Dallas. So Chilwell and Cancelo going off for Bamford and Dallas. Massive swing. So yeah, really, really lucky to get 79 points. Move up to just outside the top 1K. I think, to be honest, it was one of the luckiest game weeks that I've ever had, to get the vice captain coming in, to get Bamford and Dallas off the bench. I know that some people are saying, well, that's why you have a strong bench. And, last game week I benched Soucek and he was stuck on my bench. So it can be really, really frustrating having high scoring players like Martinez on your bench. But there is the counter to that, when you do have people not playing, and I think there is going to be a lot of rest and rotation, then you do have a strong bench to cover that. But to be honest, I think it's very, very rare that you get two players coming off your bench and those two players score as heavily as Bamford and Dallas. So very, very lucky. On the other hand, my goalkeeper rotation hasn't just not worked at all. I brought Areola in for the bench boost. I don't usually like having two goalkeepers, and this is exactly why, to be honest. I played Martinez last game week. I think he got 1 point and Areola got 10 points. This game week, I played Areola because he had West Brom, and I benched Martinez. He has Southampton away. And, Areola gets 1 point and Martinez gets 10 points. So I think going forward, I'm just going to forget that I've got Areola, to be honest. Elsewhere in my squad, Grealish continuing to tick over. I did Soucek to Son. I wasn't convinced by that transfer, but I do actually want Son for game week 23. They've got West Brom at home. I think he's probably going to be the strongest captaincy candidate that game week. So I did want to bring him in, and I thought I'd just bring him in for these three and see how he's doing. It's his first game. Spurs looked absolutely awful without Kane. Hopefully Kane can come back in and that can, revitalise them at some stage. But, even if he doesn't, I'm hoping Son can get something in that West Brom match. And he'll probably be my captain there because there aren't too many other captaincy shouts that game week. Okay, moving on to the team for the upcoming game week. I've heard a lot of people talk about Chilwell and selling Chilwell, and I think ultimately it depends on your current team. For me, I was going to bench him anyway this game week, so I'm just going to leave him on the bench and not use a transfer and see whether he comes back into the starting 11. I think that obviously Alonso played really well, and Tuchel likes attacking fullback, so I expect that at the very least him and Alonso are going to rotate, which is not what you want. So I don't think he's going to be a player that I'm going to have long term. But, I'm going to wait and see, because after the Tottenham match, Chelsea have a couple of really good fixtures. So if there is a chance that he's going to play those, I probably do want to hang on to him. So at the moment, I'm very happy with him on my bench, because I said I was going to bench him anyway. 100% playing Martinez. Happy with the rest of my squad, actually. Robertson, Diaz and Cancelo. I think that Diaz and Cancelo, surely they're going to get a clean sheet against Burnley. And, in general, I know that Man City players didn't perform in terms of the captaincy last game, but I'm actually tempted to go back to Cancelo, because surely he's going to start, and Man City always do incredibly, incredibly well against Burnley. So I'm actually tempted to go back to him for the captaincy. However, I do think that, that probably might be overthinking a bit, and, the obvious candidate and the most straightforward candidate is Salah. I think there's a small chance that he could get rested. He's played a lot of games, and Firmino and Mane obviously didn't play the last game. So potentially those two could come in and Salah potentially could get rested. I still think that's unlikely, and at the moment it's not a big enough risk for me to take the captaincy off him. But There's certainly an argument for going for Cancelo, certainly an argument for going for Fernandes. So I'm not completely made my mind up on that. I've heard some people, talk about getting rid of Fernandes because he hasn't been performing. Look, he's a class player. He's in a top team, and he's got multiple sources of scoring points. He is going to start scoring points again. I've got no doubt about that. So for me, he's not going anywhere. And the other thing is, who do you look to replace him for? There are no premium assets that are really perform at the moment, and you could go cheap, but I don't think you're going to get a cheaper asset that's considerably better than Fernandes at the moment. So I definitely wouldn't be looking to get rid of him. Bamford, I'm pretty certain he's going to play, and Antonio, I think that he's a good shout this game week as well. I talked a lot about Bamford last week actually, and the reason that I wasn't sort of considering bringing in Calvert-Lewin or anything like that, I think that he's definitely a hold for me. He's just got incredible numbers, and for that price, I don't think you can ask for more. And Leeds have got good upcoming fixtures now, so really happy to have him in my team. So overall, really, really happy with the squad. There's no obvious transfers that I'm going to make, so definitely going to roll a transfer this game week. As I said, not 100% sure on the captaincy. I'm going to be mulling that over the next few hours. I'm going to be posting my final team on Twitter, so if you do want to find that out, drop me a follow. My Twitter handle, my personal Twitter handle is FFH_Will, so drop me a follow on there. The other thing that I do want to mention, because there's a chance that I might go AWOL in the next few weeks, is because my other half is 36 weeks pregnant. I almost said game week pregnant then. So my other half is 36 weeks pregnant. The baby could come anytime over the next 4 to 6 weeks. So I'm planning to take at least a couple of weeks off when it does come. So I won't be posting these videos. I will, of course, endeavor to update on Twitter, although no promises of my final team and my transfers. So if you are interested in that, then again, please do drop me a follow on there. But otherwise, I hope you have a good game week, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye for now.